Charles, the gatekeeper, checking in. Happy Wednesday, happy Wednesday. Yes, I'm the host of Behind the Enemy Lines podcast. You can catch us every other Saturday on iAccess Radio, Behind the Enemy Lines podcast. Go and check us out. Also, you can follow me at Gatekeeper718 on Instagram and all social media. Check out what we got going on. Today, I want to talk about the NIL just a little bit. Can I talk about just a little bit? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's the day before the draft, and the Giants better do it right and go and get Shedeur and stop playing with my emotions. I'm tired of y'all comparing, you know what I'm saying, Jason Dart, you know what I'm saying, and all these other guys, some from Alabama, whatever you want to call them, to him, all right? Shedeur is a winner, and he should be the number one quarterback, to be honest with you. But number two, definitely. And I'm going to tilt my hat to Cam Ward in Miami because, you know, you went to Miami and did some amazing things, but it wasn't national championship worthy, you know what I mean? So when you say the word pro-ready versus arm talent, which one are we choosing? Pro-ready or arm talent? Which do you want? Me personally, I want the person that's pro-ready, you know what I'm saying? And I won't lie, I wasn't a big Colorado fan. I won't lie, I wasn't a big Shedeur fan. Until I watched them the last 4 years. You know what I'm saying? Altogether, 4 years that I've really been locked in. You know, last year or so at Jackson State, and then when he went to Colorado. You know, and yeah, I know it wasn't going crazy, but even when Cordell Stewart came back, he said, damn, Shedeur has the potential to break all the records, and he damn sure didn't. And even with the retirement situation, I kind of like that Colorado is setting a trend or doing something different. You know what I mean? A, do I believe Pete Rose need to be in the Hall of Fame? Yes. B, do I believe Barry Bonds need to be in there? Yes. Do I think Rodriguez need to be in there? So does Sosa and McGuire. You know, that doesn't mean I'm a fan for cheating. But when all the people are taking the same supplements and you have certain people just because they're actually talented, they're taking it to another level, you know what I'm saying, and so be it. There was a lot of people that did certain things that, you know, their numbers are going to forever be asterisk, you know what I'm saying, or their numbers are going to forever be underlined or circled, but we still did the numbers. Even when y'all taking national championships away from people, we still know they won the championship. We knew Reggie Bush deserved his Heisman back. So, I mean, we make rules and regulations, and I understand when some violations happen, there has to be some spanking going on. And, you know, after you paid your price, you should be respected for what you did, because each one of those people we talking about had a huge effect on the game. Negatively and positively, you know what I'm saying? It brought people back to watching the game. I don't think without the Bonds, Sosa, and McGuire chase, I don't think I go back to watching baseball the way I did. I mean, I was a Yankee fan, and I still am to this day. And watching the Yankees, it's just special for me. So, you know, but to see a home run chase at the time when I saw it, it really took baseball even to another caliber of making me want to see, you know what I'm saying? But shout out to the ones that did it right too, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't get it misconstrued. I'm not saying that there's a right and a wrong way. I just know that they keep moving the pillar every time you get a chance to. So I like what Colorado did with retiring those two young men numbers at a time where they could respect it, at a time where they could understand what's going on, because when Deion came to Colorado, nobody was expecting them to be relevant. And look at the trend that is set it, you know what I mean? For you to get the number one corner, even though he left, turn around, get another number one offensive lineman, turn around, get more top 4 and top 5 recruits and want to come there and play in a day and era where guys are not picking schools like that, because you got to be relevant, you know what I'm saying? So they was a part of really making Colorado relevant and what they did, not just their numbers. And everybody knew they only had 1 or 2 players, and they still really shine at a different level, you know what I mean? But before I get too crazy, let's get back to what I really want to talk about. Shout out to retiring them boys' numbers, and, you know, hopefully Colorado gets to be relevant. You know what I'm saying? We'll see them in the big bowl sometime soon. Shout out to them, man. Do things while people can smell their flowers, man. Especially if they deserve them. You know what I mean? And he deserved it. You know, so I'm not saying every number one player, number two players will come in and do what they did, but to turn around a program with all the eyes on you every second and having to be the reason why people know what's going on, be the reason why y'all grab the 5-star quarterback for the future, be the reason why y'all grab the 5-star offensive lineman. That takes a lot of pressure to do that. You know what I mean? So it's not just his playing that makes a difference. It's also everything that comes along with it. With that being said, man, young boy from Tennessee that wanted $2 million more, or whatever the case may be. I'm not mad with the NIL situation. I think when you do sign somebody, they need to come with a 1-year or 2-year contract. You know what I'm saying? So you can't get a pay grade or a pay increase every year. You know what I'm saying? But you will have certain players that outplayed their contracts in the NFL, that outplay their contracts in the NBA, that outplay their contracts in all sports. And if you outplay your contract, should you be able to renegotiate? You know, somebody said, well, with the NIL and the way it's going on, what are we teaching kids? You know, to just run whenever time something gets hard. I wouldn't say that, but I will say this. We are teaching them to get their value when they have value. Even I wish I understood that a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Get some value when you have value. Because there's no guarantee that you're going to make it to the next level. There's no guarantee that you're going to be successful at the next level. And there's no guarantee, just like what Shador's going through right now, that you was a hot commodity, number one quarterback. You go to the combine and a couple other things. Now your stock is dropping to you may not even get out the third round. You know what I'm saying? So you have a lot to lose as much as you have to gain. So am I saying be overly greedy? No, but if you feel like you're worth it, then so be it. So Tennessee made their stance, and they didn't pay the young man. And then he had to make a choice of what he wanted to do. You know, so this is nothing new that's been happening. It's just players now understand that they do have some little bit of power. It's not that much, because the owners are still going to do what they do. The GMs are still going to do what they do. And if you make money or you don't, that's on you. And a lot of these contracts are not explained to us as regular fans, so we understand it. So you think somebody signed for $10 million, that they're going to get that full $10 million? No, after taxes, fees, game fines, whatever the case may be, you might come home with $5 million. If you're not in the right state, you might come home with $5 million. And somebody say, well, $5 million is enough. You shouldn't be so greedy. $5 million ain't enough, because you don't know what tragedy is going to hit. You don't know when you got all these family members. You don't know budgeting. You don't know a lot of things. You have certain people that have gone into the game. And I think Magic Johnson told a good story about when he wanted to buy something and everybody was making fun of him. Like, no, you don't know that. You don't know about it. And he went and he bought it. And then when the money turned around, everybody said, oh, my God, I can't believe he did that. He came in with the game check, or he came in with that check for that investment and said, yeah, this is what it's about. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't want to get in with me. And now, look, you know, those are the type of things that's going to keep you successful well beyond your playing days. So, you know, people talking about it should be a salary cap now, it should be this, it should be that. No, raise the money, find the money. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's there. You know what I'm saying? When y'all charging $30,000 a year tuition, you know what I'm saying? Some tuition is more than I make a year at my regular job. You know what I mean? I'm still paying back student loans that I can't even afford to pay back. You know, so some of those NILs may pay off those student loans. You know, there's some people, oh, you're getting an education. You can get an education without playing sports. You know what I'm saying? These are $1 trillion, you know what I'm saying, deals that are happening out here. You know, so if you're putting in the work, you're getting the grade, and you are that phenomenal, you know, pay to play. Pay to play. Because it's been decades that the NCAA was getting this. It's been decades when other people's been benefiting off of these players. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be more decades. So, do you have to start treating it like the NFL? Well, why not? Because you're going into the NFL. You're interviewing for the NFL anyway. So why not make it more like the NFL? You know what I'm saying? And that's what the portal is. Like, I'm not even mad at son that left Colorado, the center. You know, even though some say he might have left for the wrong reasons because, competition was too tough for him. But someone saw value in him and decided to offer him. Now, the tampering thing, I don't like the tampering part, but if you know you got a line between another line, as long as you stay in between those lines, I don't see nothing wrong with it. So I don't know if Son got a new deal or not because he wanted $2 million or whatever the case may be. Doesn't mean you have bad character because you want more money. Well, I don't know. That's for you to determine as a coach when you're chasing these players. And just because you leave to benefit yourself, that's a conversation for you and your teammates and your brothers to have, and sometimes you don't want to talk to your friends when you make a decision because they're going to sway you, you know what I'm saying? Then I understand that too. So should we completely just go with the NFL, breakdown? You know what I'm saying? Should be it, you know what I'm saying? When you bring on a player, he has to sign that contract. You can either honor that contract or not honor it. So if you got $150,000 for the first year, you know what I'm saying? Then after that first year, you want $2 million. If you're not in the contract, then so be it. Do yearly contracts. You know what I'm saying? Do 2 years, 2-year contract. So you got this player for 2 years, and then you have wiggle room, so it doesn't look like the players are just being astronomical greedy. But if you got 2 5-star quarterbacks, and one sees that, this quarterback is getting, $2 million, and he's not on my level, or you think you're on that level, for you not to even try it, why not try it? But that's just the thoughts of the gatekeeper behind the Enemy Lines podcast, iAccess Radio, every other Saturday, 5 to 7 p.m. Make sure y'all check us out. Why not? Don't be talking about the NIL right now. Wow. Figure it out.